to say this. When I start, I get very emotional because today I've developed a certain type of freedom that I've cried a lot. Like, I wasn't told as a kid to cry or not to cry, but as I've developed as a man as I've developed as a man in recovery, I've been able to tune with feelings where I've been able to cry, and now that it's stuffed down and my ego manifests itself, I'm a little bit more prone to talk with you. So how I got here was I had no intention of going to rehab. I actually went to a treatment center 12 months ago, and I was able to white knuckle it and not drink vodka, not shoot dope, not like do the stuff that I did before. But my wife being a COVID worker, we had traveled a lot. We were in Denver, and I found that recreational marijuana was legal. So I started smoking marijuana and taking what I call head shop heroin, which is called kratom, and I became heavily addicted. And before I come here, I got in an argument with my wife, which was a very rare occasion. We have a very nice marriage, and she had said I was as high as one could be, and my wife said to me, "John, if you're going to show your ass, then leave." And in my mind, it said, "You're a bad person, you're a bad husband, get out." And I ran, and I didn't know what to do. And at that time, I was actually going to Baker Act myself because I was absolutely crazy. And my point in saying that is that I didn't know what alcoholism was, and so I put all of that stuff down. And I say my sobriety date is September 4th of 2020 because that was the day that my higher power removed me from all of that stuff, any minor mood or chemical, including Suboxone, Subutex, and Ativan, my detox meds, even some of my other medication that I had abused that I was provided through a doctor. Anyways, to say that I went to detox. I had to be detoxed off the crowd. I've been going back with Susan. I was as high as one could be on marijuana. I don't know about you, but anybody that gets angry when they're high on marijuana is very rare. And that's how I had showed my ass. And it was truly what my higher power was doing for me, what I could not do for myself, because at that time I had panicked. I knew I was in a very dangerous spot, and my pattern was I was doomed for a needle or for a bottle of vodka. And I ended up and we were in St. Petersburg. I ended up in Miami within about 10 hours on a Greyhound bus. I had to pawn my laptop to get me bus fare down, and then I went to a detox, and then I had a detox off the detox meds. I figured I would do my rinse and spin and get well real quick, and like just go back to like a 12-step fellowship, and I would get well. And from that point, I realized that I was utterly full of shit. And I was buying into the lie that I was going to just get detox, feel better, look better, act better, and then I would get sicker. And from that point, I went to Evolutions, and that's where this is not magic for me. I realize that it's an absolute miracle for me to sit here before you. So I was removed from all the detox drugs, and I was at this point I was put in a position where I was restless, irritable, and discontent. My mind was crazy. I couldn't shut it down, but I heard the same voice in my heart that said, before I would pick up, that said, "John, are you sure you want to injure yourself?" And this time it was audible enough to realize that I was going to be okay. And I was in detox from that point. They put me in residential, so I think the process took me about 3 weeks from there. It was very hard. It was an uncomfortable area. There was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, a lot of confusion, a lot of anxiety. I started missing my family. I started missing my adopted dog, Barney, and I had to sit put, and I started to learn how to meditate and be still and to be present, and it was very hard for me. And I started breathing, and I started going to group, and I realized that the more that I did what Evolutions was suggesting, like I was going, there were 7 hours in group in detox and residential, and I was going to all the groups. I think I had missed 2, and that doesn't make me a goody-goody. I just wanted to defiantly prove the system wrong, or have enough faith at that point that if it did work, maybe I would get well and stay well. And it's an honor to be sitting here before you and having that experience. I'm glad that I was given 5 minutes, because I can go on, and if I go on any longer than 5 minutes, it's probably my ego manifesting, talking about how great and how super sober and super spiritual I am, and I'm not. I'm living today with a very lethal disease, alcoholism and drug addiction. And as the camera rolls before me, I realize today, when I look in the mirror, I am no longer the man that I was before. But I carry a lot of guilt and shame into that, and I've also utilized the foundation to build an unshakable foundation with Evolution's treatment plan, also coupled with a 12-step program. Today I'm ready my 4-step. It's not as scary as what people had thought it was, because I realized that once I sincerely took such a position, all sorts of remarkable things followed. I do have a new employer, and he does provide what I need to him as long as I perform my work well and keep close to him. But at this time, I'm beginning to outgrow fear of today, tomorrow, the hereafter, because I do know today that I am completely reborn. Like, I used to use even a different name, a street, like that image, and from this point I go back to my birth name, John Lee. And the reason why I say that is because I didn't choose to get sober. I wanted to, like, just not have my brain so crazy. And the gift is that I sit here before you today saying that I have freedom from active alcoholism and drug addiction. So I guess in closing, today I have 34 days sober. I don't count time. I don't count the days, I make the days count. My recovery is very important to me, and what I'm learning is the more I forgive other people for the harm that they caused, the more I'm being able to forgive myself. The more that I forgive myself, the more that I'm able to be present in other people's lives. I have a very self-centered disposition, and through a lot of therapy, I'm learning to incorporate spirituality with therapy, which is very unique for me. I can do the technical aspect and learn how to behave like someone in recovery, but meanwhile, I still stay twisted. The madness in my mind has slowed down. I am reasonably happy. I have experienced joy. I have new muscles in my cheek from smiling so much. I didn't think any of this was possible. And while all this is going on, my wife and my family and my stepson and my stepdaughter, they're like doing what they do, and they're getting well. And it's amazing that as I'm taking care of myself, like all that external stuff that makes me want to run and jump the fence, or the 48 hours or all that stuff, it's put me in a position of neutrality, because I know the more I stay still and present in the evolution treatment plan, the more I have a really good chance of staying well. When I stay present in the now, I have found my authentic self. I learned that when I met my first therapist in detox, and from this point, my new therapist in PHP, I'm learning that my ego can manifest itself in so many other ways. And although my motive is genuine, the underlying is very self-centered. And in revealing the issues where I want to get rid of, they have to come to the top. And for all my life, I feel like I've been pushing a beach ball underneath the surface, and it just keeps popping it up, except it explodes in anger, frustration, resentment, despair, bewilderment, and pitiful and incomprehensible demoralization. So today, as I stand here before you, I'm a free man. I'm grateful for what Evolution has done for me. I thank Erica for giving me this opportunity, and by the grace of God, I'm here providing you a message, and I hope it all helps you. I wish you the best. Good luck. God bless.